have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you.
It's Leo from the editing chair and from the future. This video turned out a bit interesting, which is why I'm going to be popping in and out to explain what's going on. But in short, this video is entirely about how almost any idea you have can be turned into reality. For me, that was getting advice from startup founders and CEOs, so if that sounds like your kind of thing, then stick around. But otherwise, try out my last video instead. Okay.
But there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be, who you're going to be, who you're going to be.
For those of you who are new here, this is not my university. And that's not because I've dropped out or left here. I've never gone to the University of Warwick. I went to the London School of Economics. I'm here because I basically don't have anywhere to live. I can't move into my flat until the 4th of July. Today is the 26th of June, so I'm staying with a friend. But yeah, that's the current situation. I think I'm gonna go to Pret and get a coffee and do some job hunting. So Pret was closed, which was a bit annoying. This is Josh's room. Shout out to Josh for letting me stay here whilst he's not here. But I think I'm just gonna try and do some work in here, even if it is a bit messy. But that's because I'm living out the duffel bag at the moment.
I've been watching you from a distance as I turn out all the lights. All I want from you is to listen and remember the good times. If you think of all that we leave out, is that weird you're feeling good? I know nothing ever turned out as you wanted to. But every time I feel it, every time I breathe, every time I close my eyes, it's coming right at me.
So my camera's on a bin, and I'm sat on a grassy hill because I'm officially a YouTuber now. Luckily there's no one around to judge me being a YouTuber. And for those of you who don't know, I've been looking for a job. I haven't found a job, and I'm really lucky that my parents can support me for the month or so whilst I'm looking. But I figured I could probably use some advice on how to find a job. So new plan for the day, I'm going to try and find some important people who can give me some good advice on how to find a job so I can get a job. So that's what I'm gonna do. But first I'm gonna get some food. I don't know if this is like a bench or an art sculpture. So just real quick, because I realise it probably seems quite weird. So the reason I'm in Warwick is because my mate studies here. And the reason I'm not with him is because it's 20 past 1 and he's still asleep. So I'm sure I'll bump into him at some point in the video. So at this stage, I have my idea. I want advice from startup founders and CEOs, and what I don't mention in the video is this is mainly for a TikTok series where I can share the advice. The problem is, these are really busy people and I have no idea how to go about contacting them. So the only thing you can do in this stage is bang your head against the wall and figure out what you can do. For me, that was writing a list of who I'd want to contact or who I potentially thought would respond. That was seeing if I knew anyone, if I had any friends of friends, going on LinkedIn and just searching up the word founder and seeing what mutual connections I had. You just have to start, and that's what I did. So I got back from the gym like 40 minutes ago, and I've been working on some thumbnails and taking some time to relax. But none of the thumbnails are good, so I'm gonna have a shower, take a break, and try and figure it out. Also see if there are any more jobs I can apply for, and if I have any people who I've thought of who I could get some advice from for my new TikTok series. So I've just spent 30 minutes working on the perfect LinkedIn cold message. So hopefully I can get some advice from founders on getting a job, because one, that'll help me get a job. Two, that'll make good content, both on here and maybe on TikTok, because whilst I'm really appreciative of my parents, I want to pay them back, and two, don't want to be relying on them for anything really. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know when I'll next check in. Maybe I'll be editing, maybe I'll be making dinner. But if you got this far, then well done. So we're in the last stage, the reality of the idea. You guys now get to see what the outcome of my idea actually was, and I finally get to stop editing. Now, I originally started filming this video 2 days ago, and since then I've had 3 responses. The first I had a call with this morning for the first episode of the series, but we're going to ignore it because I knew him from before. The other 2 are the interesting ones, because they were complete strangers who I reached out to through cold email. One I have a call with tomorrow for the second episode of the series, and the other I'm calling with in about 10 minutes for a potential job opening. So I've got to go, but subscribe because I post every week now. Like the video if you thought it was okay, and comment if you want to do anything similar, and I'll try and answer any questions. Anyways, thanks for watching.
Watch out for the grid.